Kelly Bills Talk. We keep it real. We keep it raw. We keep it authentic. Mafia. Mount up.
What's up, Bills Mafia? It's your boy Prime, assisted by the one and only the Jackal. Dude,
What's going on?
we got to jump right into it. Bills Chiefs. What do you think, bro? Hit me raw, man, because my emotions are already shot.
I know, that's why I left you alone. As soon as the game was over on Sunday, I was like, I'm gonna give this man some time to just kind of process it all, bro. It's a super unfortunate loss. I think the biggest thing is just leaving points on the field, right? Not finishing drives. Not a lot of turnovers, but not. I don't know, man. It's not like they're disguising anything on that. Let's go with that fourth down play, 4th and 5, where Kincaid almost caught it, right? Hold on. No. Sorry. Wife was wondering if we left meat out. No. But that 4th and 5 where Austin Kincaid was almost able to get there to catch it, but everybody was up at the line on the defense.
So that was actually, I went back and watched it on that 4th down, on that heave. So everybody was saying, and I kind of agreed until I went back, right? So everybody was saying you had Shakir wide open on a crosser. And realistically, he was wide the fuck open on a crosser. Yeah. Right? Because that play, it was broken from the word go. Spagnuolo, the call that Spagnuolo called on there, he didn't call it all game. Josh Allen took the snap, right, and immediately corner blitz, right?
Yeah.
And he had
6 defenders immediately in the backfield.
Right. And so everyone's like, why didn't he hit Shakir? I'm like, dude, that would have been like a wicked crossbody throw. It's tough.
Damn 4 defensive linemen just right in your face, grabbing onto your shoulder pad. You're just going to be able to find the player and throw it. Bro, I think he saw Kincaid down there and said, F it, let's see if I can get it there. Almost at it. Crazy throw that was in the vicinity of him. And
he had to change course. Yeah. You know, his momentum was going up the field. That ball was underthrown, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. So he had to adjust and come back for it. And everyone's like, you know, that's a Mark Andrews. I'm like, no, Mark Andrews was catchable.
That's just not being prepared for the moment, unfortunately.
Right.
And I mean, how often has the Chiefs had to run that specific defense? Probably not often. Maybe against a couple teams throughout the season, but there's probably not a lot of film on that. That specific play. The one thing I will say is, you know, Tony Romo was like, oh, it looks like they're, you know, are they going to drop back? Or are they going to blitz everyone? And immediately, I guess they're going to send the blitz. They weren't disguising it at all. They said, we're going to come at you. And they did. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing he could do except call better protection. That's I think the only thing he could have done was call better protection at the O-line. Other than that, though, there's nothing he could have done.
Right.
And that's just a better coaching at that point for the moment. And you know, Spagnuolo and, you know, Andy Reid, they've been in those situations before where they need the game and they need, you know, the game's on the line. We got to make a stop. We got to make a play, something. And the experience that they've had puts them at a better advantage than I would say the Bills were in this game. And it sucks because we all wanted the Bills to win.
Right. So I chalk it up to like, you know, everyone's like, oh my God, what a defensive mastermind call to call that certain blitz on that play. And it just so happened to work. But on the flip side to that, that play could have fucked them.
Yeah, let's say that
The blitz was picked up.
Let's say Bills had Stephon Diggs, and he's just down the field where that corner was. There's no one to stop him, right? But I mean, absolutely. If let's say he has Kincaid block instead of go out for a pass and picks up the blitz, has the running back stay in the backfield and pick up the blitz, number of things. It's just better preparation, better play calling. At the end of the day, you can blame the refs for taking their possession away from them on that 4th and inches or whatever, where Josh Allen, I think, got the first down.
I mean, before forward progress was stopped, that does look like it broke the plane of the first down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you could make the argument that that play in that moment could have gone either way. And I can understand because of the blind spot with the camera and, it's just maybe too close to call. And I don't know, like hindsight, right? Hindsight's 2020. We could, be an armchair quarterback this on, what is it, Wednesday now, right? So, I mean, we could make that argument, but at the same time, it's one of those things that better preparation and the most important moment in the game, I think. And that's a couple days to think about it and kind of look at the highlights of it. And, it was a close game all game. I think that majority of the game, the Bills outplayed the Chiefs, but when it mattered, the Chiefs had better plays or they had better, responses to certain things. I think that's kind of what I noticed. I mean, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it was just overall just a team that knew that they didn't have enough talent to win, so it came down to play calling.
Right. No, I agree. And we watched the game. I think we watched that live together. So what I was foolish enough to think that, okay, because the refs gave that, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. I'm not an NFL referee. I'm not Mike Pereira, right? So I still don't think they should have awarded Worthy that catch. So I was under the assumption of like, okay, the refs probably fucked up by giving Worthy that catch. They're going to give us this first down here. There's some sort of checks and balances. Like, and I know the refs do it when they blow a call or they miss one, they make up for it later, which is super terrible. But
yeah,
they did it.
No, they didn't. I remember earlier in the game when Pat Mahomes fumbled the ball and the Bills recovered, and then there was a flag that was thrown super, super late. And then like 2 plays later, he fumbles again. That's just the football gods evening things out. That's what that is.
Right.
And I was like, hey, ball don't lie. That's obviously the Bills ball. I was expecting another penalty because it just seems convenient. And I don't know. I'm big on the NFL is an entertainment industry, and that's what they're there for. Much like the WWE, if things are scripted, they have every right to script them. But I feel like it'd just be too obvious at this point. But
that's a lot of coordination.
It's way too much. A lot of NDAs, way too much coordination, way too much. Yeah. There'd be too many whistleblowers. Area 51.
The only way to do it is with the referees to controlling outcomes of games. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Or in those coaches meetings, maybe the coaches are in on it. I don't know. I don't think so. But again, dude, I don't want to talk about the Chiefs as much because I fucking hate them. So I'm just going to leave it at the better team, I guess, won. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm probably not going to watch it. I hope they lose. And I saw an interesting article, or I guess a picture, and it said that Josh Allen is the most haunted quarterback in NFL history.
He can beat Pat Mahomes in the regular season, just not in the playoffs.
So that's where we're at as fans. Like when the
Yeah.
Chiefs play the Bills in the regular season and we beat them, like, yeah, I'm happy we got a win. It's big and like seeding, but Kansas City fans are like correct. They're like, yo, we don't care you beat us in the regular season because you cannot beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like that's what matters.
So take your dubs during the regular season. We'll give them to you. But when it matters the most, experience trumps all of that. And Josh Allen has experience winning games, as we've seen, but not those big games. And I don't know if it needs to be, I don't know if it's a coach that needs to change or if it's his mentality going into it.
Oh, he played like a real shitbag in like the first couple series.
Yeah. And that, I think that's just the moments getting to him because he hasn't played in enough of those moments. But Pat Mahomes is the most calm, cool, and collected frog out there, right? Tom Brady was much of the same way after his second Super Bowl. That's just experience, and it takes a while. And look at Lamar Jackson. He's never won really anything. He's never played that good in the playoffs, and he never will, just because I don't think he'll reach that experience.
Like the Chiefs didn't, it wasn't like oh my God, Mahomes just torched us for 500 through the air. The deepest pass was to Worthy. They killed us on dink and dunks and Mahomes on the scrambles.
And Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, the ground and pound. I mean, those 8-9 yard chunks.
When you need to get a stop on 2nd and 8, and it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, all of a sudden. I mean, Travis Kelce wasn't a huge factor in that game. Kareem Hunt, Pat Mahomes, and hate to say it, but Xavier Worthy, which we talked about right before, the week coming up into the game. We're like, Xavier Worthy's not going to be a huge impact. Dude had 2 touchdowns and could have been an arguably, I think he had 2 touchdowns.
I think he had 1 touchdown and like 85 yards.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, they're touting this dude as like the next leader in that wide receiver room. No. Matt Collins had 75 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's like get the fuck out of here with that. Do not compare him to like Jettas or Jamar Chase.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I mean, arguably it was a incompletion, but they ruled it a catch, which I'll say because they ruled it a catch, it was a hell of a catch.
Sure. If it really was a catch, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was a hell of a catch.
It was a one-hander.
Yeah. A no-hander.
Yeah. With a ground assist. I love it.
Yeah, he had some help there. So what do you think changes going into the offseason for the Bills?
Oh, I could tell you who I want to get rid of immediately.
Okay.
And I don't care if there's a salary. I don't care. I just pack your fucking bags. You're done. That would be Von Miller. Yep. I don't care if we have to if that fucks us for 5 years. I don't care. Get rid of Von Miller because he's fucking over the hill. And I get it. Everyone's like, oh, he had 6-7 sacks this year. And I'm like, dude, you understand? Like, this dude rarely plays. They put him in on like crucial 3rd downs. And yeah, okay, he picked up a fumble in the playoffs. Okay, that was just an opportunity. He didn't cause it. He was just there and picked it up. And then he didn't even score. He's old.
And so, game on the line. He's on the sideline.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, right? I wouldn't expect anything less from a veteran that he's there to make an impact sometimes. But where's your fire to be like, hey, you can't keep me on the sideline because if we make this stop, we go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, where's our Parsons, Max Crosby, like the Savage, what's that dude? Aaron Donald, right? Those, like, we can't have him off the field or we're going to lose, right? And that used to be Von Miller. And I kind of understand why they brought him in. And it's that we had just drafted 2 rookie defensive ends in AJ Epinesa and Greg Rousseau.
Mm-hmm.
So he was coaching them, and they
absolutely
got better. I'm not gonna lie, they got better, but now it's time, I think, in my opinion, for Vaughn to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so not only Vaughn, I want DeMar Hamlin off the team immediately. I don't care your story, dude. You're okay now. It sucks it happened to you, but we're done with the sympathy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're done. All right, so that's number 2. DeMar Hamlin's got to go, and then number 3, Kyer Elam. Fuck out of here. You got to go. That dude is a super liability first round pick bust.
So
Bust.
in the draft, what are you guys looking for?
A corner. It has to be defensive side of the ball. I mean, we have Josh Allen. We have a solid running game. We have we have Kincaid, right? Even though I'm going to call this year a sophomore slump for him, considering how he played in his freshman season.
Yeah.
So Kincaid, Knox. I don't know if we keep Knox, but we have 2 tight ends. We have a savage running back in Ty Johnson, Cook, and Ray Davis. Obviously, our wide receivers, I'm pretty sure we might draft them late. But I think if we get, a first round or, high second, we have to go defensive side of the ball. It has to be corner or safety.
Yeah.
Or D-line.
Or
a linebacker. It has to be defense. It has to be a corner, in my opinion.
What about like a solid receiver, a big receiver with speed?
Why? So we could say we fucked up with Coleman?
I want to say
he was supposed to be our big body guy.
Yeah, and
I know it's his rookie year, but damn.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that at the end of the day, the receiver talent just isn't there.
Can you pull up a list of sorry, I am listening to you, but can you pull up a list of prospective draft class coming out in this year's draft so I could see who like the projected wide receivers are? And then I need to look at the NFL. I need to look at the 2025 NFL draft order. Okay.
So
they are headed very along with Austin Johnson. So look for both of us like a run stuffer to complement the quickness of Ed Oliver and a 2024 third rounder, Dwayne Carter. All right. So it's saying our biggest needs are defensive tackle and wide receiver and then corner. And we picked 30th.
Bro, here you go. How do I share?
Fucking buns, dude. 30.
What the hell? Oh.
There better be a rush on other positions.
Here. This
Shock the world, dude. Trade down to number 2, sell your soul, and get the wide receiver from Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, how do I?
Oh, you'd have to sell a lot to get that.
Oh, there's the share button. %.
You ever see that movie Draft Day?
Yeah.
When he's like, I gave him a first, and they're like, oh, that's not too bad. He's like, for the next 5 years. What the fuck?
Yeah. Next 5 years.
Yeah.
Bro, here you go. This dude right here, big board rank is number 3. Taro McMillan, Arizona. This dude is.
Yeah, but he's the number 1 wide receiver. He's going to be gone.
I know. He's 6'5", 212. Has just 2 drops on 136 targets. Good Lord. What else do they got?
Yeah, but Arizona State.
Ibuka. Lack of size.
High QI player, attacks, leverages, finds space, good balance through contract after yards and after catch. Lack of size does limit efficiency of blocking. Okay.
Yeah. Alec Ao Manor.
Yeah, A.O. Maynor out of Stanford.
Hands could be stronger, especially in traffic. Take some extra time to stop or truly change direction. Hey, give me one moment. I got to grab some something for the baby real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, it all depends. If Buffalo goes defensive line, I mean, I don't see them maybe going D line first, but I don't know. Maybe wide receiver. Oh. Pick 30 though, who's gonna be there at pick 30? It's a crazy little spot to pick from. I would say Scataboo, but Scataboo's probably I don't know, maybe mid to end of second round. I don't know. Scataboo would be cool though, but we have James Cook. I'm rolling with James Cook. I feel like a wide receiver from like Arizona State, Ohio State, Michigan, USC. If there's any wide receivers coming out of USC, they usually have pretty solid wide receivers. LSU, obviously. Maybe we can hit the draft lottery and get a 6th rounder from CMU and get a more mentally stable Antonio Brown. That'd be cool. I'm going to have to see when he comes back. Matthew Golden, scouting notes coming soon. That's not good. Eric Aomaner has the frame and willingness to be an effective blocker through the whistle. Solid. Explosive athlete who can accelerate quickly with a good top speed. That's good. Conscious of release technique to attack different leverages. That's good. Showcases high football IQ and awareness for just a 1-year starter. And he's already going to the league, huh? Hands could be stronger, especially in traffic. Take some extra time to stop or truly change. Well, that's what you get, man. You either want top-end speed or, somebody that can't change direction. If you just run a 9, run a fade, run a, you know what you're going to get, man. Lob it up there, Allen, and let them chase it down. But if you're looking for like a skilled route runner, like your Tank Dells, Stephon Diggs, Jetta, those guys, those are unicorns, right? I'm interested to see who the Bills select, and it better not be some fucking undersized defensive tackle or I'm going to lose it. But we'll see. Definitely we'll see. If it's an undersized defensive tackle, I'm going to be super pissed. I was saying if we draft a undersized defensive tackle, I'm going to be angry. That's it. That's their top wide receivers going into the draft.
Let's see.
That's not good.
That's it. Hold on, let me see. There's some other things here. Let's see.
That is not good.
Oh, here you go. This is much better list.
Who's number 1?
The Taroa McMillan.
Bro, there's no way. He's that far. He's that far ahead of old boy from Colorado.
Well, yeah, dude from Colorado is. Oh, Jimmy Horn Jr. is ahead of him. Let's see, big boy right here, Savion Williams, 6'5", 225. That's a monster.
What about Tez Johnson? What can you tell me about him? He plays at Oregon. He looks like a short dude. Yeah.
Fast, very, very fast. Catch anything that's thrown toward him.
We already have a guy like that though, so I think we would probably try to target another 6'5" dude.
Nick Nash, 6'3", 195.
Yeah, but I try to stay away. We can't all be lucky like the Steelers with Antonio Brown, where he came out of CMU. But I get weary of dudes that are like, oh, he played at San Jose State. I'm like, okay. He would get absolutely his back blown out against like a Power 5.
Yeah, I think it was him that led the NCAA in receiving though this year.
Oh, what a demon! No, I'm getting worried that I don't see old boy from Colorado, dude.
You weren't gonna see him on here anyways. Come on, I'm
Is
trying to see more.
Is he going to the? Is he going to the draft?
Yeah, bro, dude is. They're like,
he a
oh,
draft
he's.
pick?
Watch, let me see.
I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bag of trash.
No, he's not a bag of trash. He's just not. Let's see. Mock draft. Let's do PFF. They're usually pretty good.
Cam Ward.
Travis Hunter's going overall number 1? I don't think so.
I do, just because of his hype and who his dad is.
Yeah, Giants to Shador.
I think Cam Ward is a good fit for Cleveland.
Yeah, I could see that.
He drives me absolutely nuts how he throws the ball, like nonchalantly.
Abdul Carter to the Patriots would be that would be huge for them. That dude's something else. He's like a Micah Parsons, just a little bit smaller. See, Mason Graham, Will Johnson. Oh, they have the Jets picking. Oh, right here. They have the Jets picking up that receiver from Arizona. Let's see. James Pierce Jr. Luther Burden III. That's a cool name. Luther.
Yeah.
If I have a son, I'm going to name him Luther.
Right? I used to watch a show called Luther. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Right here. Dallas
Cowboys. What are they?
Yeah,
who do they got?
Genty.
You knew that, though, right?
Yeah, dude's from Frisco. Of course. Let's see.
Would you be mad if the team right before you snatches him like San Francisco?
Yeah, they don't need a damn running back. I'd be so mad if he went to San Francisco. I'd be mad if he went to the Eagles or San Francisco.
They're good, man. They got McCaffrey if he comes back, which he eventually will. Yeah. And then the Eagles have Barkley. They're good. They would just do that to be petty.
Yeah. Which I'd see them doing that.
And they have other holes in their team where they can't afford to waste a pick on a running back.
Be aware of Tyler Warren being the steal of the draft.
That's what we thought about Kincaid.
Yeah, he might do good for you guys. Nick Sorton. Let's see.
Jack Sawyer. Okay.
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers with Emeka. They don't need another receiver. Let's see, Mike Green, Jahdae Barron, Kenneth Grant, Matthew Golden. Let's see.
Oh, Baltimore Ravens wasting a first-round pick on a tackle, huh?
Hey, Josh Cornerly from Oregon, though. That dude's something else. Let's see. Josh Simmons. There you go. East Carolina. That's who your guys' savior is.
Josh said "Sa," dude.
Yeah, Sa. And there's your savior right there. Siobhan Rebel from East Carolina.
The Bills secondary was a major issue all year, finishing with the second worst PFF coverage grade. Okay. Siobhan Rebel is recovering from a torn ACL. That's great. But owned a 92.7 grade in single coverage over the past 2 seasons to rank in the 100th percentile at that. We can't get anybody else with a healthy fucking ACL, huh?
Oh, there's no way that he is the top ranked.
That dude, find another draft. That one's depressing. Hype tonight, get fucking stupid. Josh, you want to come on? You want to come on the show? Come on the show, dude.
He's not even on this fucking page. Terrible. That'll be the worst pickup. He's going to be the biggest buff in NFL history.
Travis Hunter is going to be a bust?
No. The Revel, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Shavon Rebel. Dude.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to be the biggest bust in NFL history if he goes in the first round.
So when we drafted Kaiir Elam, I was like, okay, let me give this boy the benefit of the doubt. I believe he played at Florida, but I could be wrong. And I immediately look at their highlights. If they're not somebody that was like touted, like, Shador or anything like that. So I go back, I look at their highlights, and I'm like, ooh, Elam is a press corner. Like, he could hit, he could jam anybody up. Like, he was a beast in college. Gets to the NFL, shit stains, dude.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, especially like you look at someone, and I get it, right? His talent was the best at East Carolina, but that's East Carolina. That's a nobody school.
Right. And then, Kaiir Elam, I'll never forget this shit, ever. We draft him, and you know how, if they don't show up for the draft, say they're at home, right? And then, they immediately, get on the plane that night to go to wherever. So, he gets on the phone with the coach, and the coach is like, hey, congrats, bro. Get ready to work. And he's like, bro, I'm ready. Send me the defensive playbook. I'm going to study that shit on the plane, bro. Like, I am locked in. Yeah. And then we couldn't play him because he's handsy, and he gets a shitload of penalties, and he didn't understand the defensive playbook. He's dumb. He's dumb.
Oh, I know. Hey, are you good with taking a quick 10, 15 minute intermission real quick? Baby's being a pain. Or do you want to?
Yeah, dude, I could sit here and talk for about 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. I'll be back as soon as she's asleep, all right?
Yeah, okay. 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Ish. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it takes a little bit longer, but yeah, I'll be right back.
Alrighty, man.
I appreciate it.
Yep. All right, everybody. My man Tony has to go take care of the children. So, we recapped a little bit about, Bills Chiefs. I talked a little bit about that and how it hurt my heart. I already put a video about that out. There's nothing we can do about it, right? Buffalo's in an uproar right now in the fans, calling for McDermott. I've seen calling for Joe Brady, calling for Bobby Babich, people hating on Josh Allen, and now apparently he hurt his wrist again, right? So, but he's still going to be golfing in Pebble Beach. Don't get me wrong. He's probably there right now. Still has tears in his eyes from losing the game, and he's like, with his driver. He's going to be the next Tony Romo when it comes to leaving the NFL and being like, I'm going to try out for the PGA Tour. He's a really good golfer, apparently. Or I'm not going to say he's really good, but he's getting better, and he can crush the golf ball. So much luck to him at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I'll be rooting for him, of course. But I'm not really going to talk much about the Bills-Chiefs game, man, because one, it's just going to make me angry, and it is what it is. I have bias. I don't agree with a bunch of things. Josh Allen got the first down. That shouldn't have been a catch. I think some of our play calling was absolutely atrocious. I think we need to entirely scrap the halfback toss play out of our playbook because it's terrible. Just leave that bullshit on the high school level. Okay? Very rarely, in my opinion, does the halfback toss work in the NFL. Unless you have Saquon Barkley or maybe James Cook breaks one every once in a while. But for the most part, they're trash. Halfback toss are trash. So scrap it completely. Scrap any halfback draw out of shotgun on short down yardage plays on third and short. Scrap them. I would much rather throw the football there or run the ball down your throat out of an I formation with the fullback leading the way. Scrap the halfback draw. You ain't fooling nobody. And the shitty part is I know when they're coming. That's the worst fucking part. I could see, and I'm like, okay, it's 3rd and 1 on a must-have here to keep the drive alive. We're out of field goal range. And they do a little fake delayed handoff. Lost of yards. Why? Why did we keep going to the same well of Josh Allen in the snowplow tush push? Why did we keep trying to run that? They obviously stopped it. In my opinion, I don't know why, But it looks like in this game versus the Chiefs, when Josh Allen, everybody knows he's going to take it and he's going to go left. Okay. In my opinion, I don't know why. It just looked this way to me. Every time he took it and went left, he was running too high. So he got stood up a lot faster. But, you need to take that and just bury. Go down, right? Get your pad level underneath the guy across from you and, get pushed in there. Who does it very well is Hurts. That's why he's going to the Super Bowl, bro. No other teams really do that shit. Kansas City doesn't do it. Kansas City beat us on twice, I think, on a must-have to keep the drive alive on a fucking naked boot. Patrick Mahomes faked and rolled out and gained like 10 yards. And here I am, the stupid simp, before the game saying like, oh, man, at least we don't have to worry about Patrick Mahomes torching us like Lamar. Boy, do I look dumb. Because he torched us like Lamar. And that's why he's going to the Super Bowl. I hope they lose by 50. I hope Philadelphia puts 50 on them and they don't get a three-peat. I don't know. We'll see. But we also not only talked a little bit about the game, we started talking about, NFL draft, who the Bills are going to pick up. Honestly, I don't know. It said defensive tackle, wide receiver, and then the mock draft. I know it's the way too early mock draft. Has the Buffalo Bills taking a corner out of East Carolina with already a torn ACL. Why? If that's the case, just trade back and get Tre'Davious White. What? Why? It's trash. Like our defense, I've been saying it all year. Oh, no. Breaking news. Josh Allen is not playing at Pebble Beach this week because he hurt his wrist. Damn. Okay, I did see that. That's why I said he hurt his wrist. He hurt it against Kansas City, and I did see that article. It didn't say anything about golf. It just said Josh Allen came out and said, my wrist hurts. So I need to look into that because that's super sketch. Wow. It must be bad if he's not golfing. Yeah, Josh Allen reveals he sustained a wrist injury versus the Chiefs. Okay. Following his 32-29 loss, the Bills had locker cleanout day, and that's when players have their end-of-season conversations. Allen had his via press conference, and the QB showed up with the right throwing hand wrapped up. According to Allen, he played half of the contest with the knock. He said that prior to halftime that he sustained the injury on a 2-point attempt. Allen did not want to use that much as an excuse as he downplayed the issue with reporters. The injury is worth noting because of what hand it is obviously it's his throwing hand. It could have played a part and bothered him, but Allen has always avoided making excuses, especially after a loss. Allen finished 237 passing yards. He ran the ball 11 times. He's dealt with a hand injury. This is left hand, which he does not throw with. Wow. Well, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. That's the last thing we need is to lose a QB to a stupid wrist injury. But it must be serious, though, if he's not playing at Pebble. Because we all know Josh Allen takes golf very seriously. He turned down the Pro Bowl, not just this year. He turned it down like the last 2 years. So we'll see what comes of that. Whoa, hold the phone here. I am getting some breaking news. Breaking. An aircraft crash reported after apparent mid-air collision. A DC plane collides with Black Hawk helicopter. What? No way. You're fired, bud. What? A massive emergency response is on scene of an actual aircraft crash in the water near Reagan. A military helicopter and a regional jet with up to 60 people on board collided midair. Video from Kennedy webcam to Fiery show a fiery collision over the Potomac. Fireboats and at least 3 helicopters are being used to search for victims in the river. The incident has been deemed a mass casualty event. Numerous deaths have been reported. Oh, man. That's not good. Oh, there's a video. Oh, my God. Prayers, bro. Prayers. Straight up. I just saw the video of it on X on Twitter, and it looked like the plane was coming in to land, and you just see like this thing just moving towards it, ran right into it, and just a big flames, and it went down. That is not good. Mass casualty event. Wow. Multi-agency search and rescue is underway in the Potomac. There are reports of injured people, but it's unclear whether there were survivors of the crash. It's a CRJ 700 regional jet collided with a Sikorsky H-60 military helicopter while on approach to runway 33. And this just happened at 6 p.m. our time. Wow. No. Jeez. And it was an American Airlines plane. Oh, he's not fired. He's gonna disappear. The air traffic controller that was in charge of that airspace, you're done. Somebody's going to prison. Like, how is that even possible? Is this like possible like a terrorist thing, or? Honestly, I cannot fathom how a helicopter flying. I know people that fly Chinooks, the dual rotor helicopter, and he's like, you just don't fly into like airport airspace. Like, it's a fucking no. Like, obviously for obvious reasons. Like, we don't fly into that airspace. Like, wow. I don't know. They're gonna have to come up with that. Oh man, that's not good. American Airlines too. That's sketch. Wow. That's sad, bro. Prayers, man. Prayers. That's all I got to say, dude. Is honestly, I don't know if they're going to. Go watch the video, Josh. There's a video of the crash. Granted, it's sketchy and far away, but you could see the fire and then the plane immediately going down. I don't know if there's going to be survivors, dude. I don't know. It was I need to see how big that plane is. There was only 60 people on board, so it's probably a smaller plane. It's a CRJ 700. I need to see what that looks like visually. Oh, wow. The Bombardier regional jet. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry, everybody, but I've flown on one of those from San Francisco to Sacramento. They don't use the big airlines; they use planes that size. So that's sketch. Wow, prayers. Anybody involved or impacted by this tragic accident or whatever it was. I don't even know what I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
So I was looking at it,
Yeah.
and it happened in like DC, right? And it was like the CRJ 700, so like the smaller jet.
Yeah, I had roughly 60 people on board.
Dude, so I was just saying, once you told me, I looked it up, and I was like, I saw a video of it actually. It looked like it was coming into land, and then you just see like this blinking light go towards it, and then you see the explosion, and you see the plane go down. And I'm like, how the fuck did a helicopter? Is this like a possible terrorist thing, or?
No, it was a military helicopter, bud. That was a
Like, how does that happen? I know military pilots.
Complacency.
What? How many did you put on there? Just put some on there and press 5 or 4. You know what I mean? Like, how does that happen? My buddy flies Chinooks for the Army, and I've asked him this question, about like where, and he's like, oh, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Like, okay, so apparently it happens, but he was saying it doesn't happen because we avoid that area like the fucking plague, and anytime you even get close, you are getting ripped by like 50 different people on the you're getting squawked at hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna get your ass chewed for that.
They probably died.
Oh, in the helicopter? 100%. There are no, at this point in time, from what I saw, as far as 8 minutes ago, there's been no confirmed casualties, but there's going to be quite a few casualties with this today. And I know
everybody.
Yeah. At least 85%. And
did this just happen?
Yeah. Just happened. And I got people that I work with that they're...
What airline was it? American?
American Airlines, yeah.
Oh, I guess we could take some solace that United is like, oh my God.
Bro, I'm sitting here as Alaska Airlines, and I'm like, okay, how crazy is?
But that can't be the fault of the airline. He was in his landing pattern.
I mean, they're going to do a huge investigation on this. But they stopped all.
It's pretty clear that it's the helicopter's fault.
Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there is, again, I'm not a pilot, but just by speaking to my buddy, he's like, I'm just going to use hypothetical numbers. He's like, if we get 20 to 30 like miles close to the airport, or even maybe a little closer, like, you're going to know.
Yeah.
And they're going to tell you immediately, like, divert immediately.
Which is crazy, because out here in Boise, the airport, we have the Boise airport, and right on the backside of the airport, the airstrip is shared between the Army and the airport. It's all shared. It's all the same tower. And this has never happened here.
I don't think this has ever happened ever. Well,
no.
Mid-air collisions probably, but not a helicopter running directly into a plane.
No, doesn't happen. If it does happen, not very often for us to get news like this. And so
this happened in DC, huh?
Yep. Waiting to
I didn't
hear.
even know we had military helicopters in DC.
Yeah, just trying to think. I guess. Yeah, I got some people that I work with that are working right now, and they haven't.
So working in this industry, even though it was not your airline affected, can you? I know we're way off base from football, but I feel like this is more important right now. Walk us through kind of, even though it's not your company, what are some of the things being said, or does anything change in what you do?
Yeah, I can't go too deep.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is keeping a lot of things close to your chest, not playing your cards too much when people are calling, especially like with media. If anyone calls like our line and we answer, we're not supposed to discuss anything whatsoever. Like, hey, we're just not going to comment on it because that's not my place to comment on it, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
as far as people calling in for, possible loved ones, a dedicated phone line is set up for that type of thing, and we're not allowed to discuss or disclose if someone's on the was on the plane or anything like that. Just privacy, laws and stuff like that. And so a lot of people, like, I know, like, there's crisis lines that are set up for family members specifically, because as much as we are there to handle customer service, we're not a crisis line. Like, it was hard enough. I was getting phone calls about the LA fires and hearing heartbreaking stories from these people about, like, oh, I got to cancel my flight because my house burnt down.
Yep.
And my dog died in the house. And I'm like, okay, I can cancel your flight. So
I worked at the DRC during the Paradise Fire.
Oh shit. Yeah. So it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just not commenting on it too much and just transferring them to the crisis line. A lot of those calls, especially those calls are going to American Airlines, but that is one of our partners, and so we do sell tickets on their planes. So it's something big that doesn't happen very often. As they say, like, plane travel is the safest form of transportation.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I mean, it is the safest because stuff like this doesn't happen very often. But at the same time, when something like this happens, everyone dies, unfortunately. Air traffic control's fired, but someone is getting lit up.
I told them, like, I get it. The air traffic controller sits there and they could squawk with an incoming bird, but like he can't physically stop them, right? So it's like, hey, dude, I was calling him. I saw him on the radar when he was 20 miles out. I have logs of me like, turn the fuck around. He didn't listen. He ignored calls and he kept coming. So I get that aspect of it, but I agree. Somebody on the airport side or most likely the Army side is going to disappear.
Oh, probably both sides, honestly. Someone is going to be to blame. And unfortunately, it's the people that are going to hurt the worst in all of this is the pilot's family.
Yeah.
Because their husbands, sons, daughters, dads are now dead. And because it was not technically in the line of duty, because they were in the wrong, their families are going to get absolutely nothing. And that's probably
and shredded. Yeah, they're going to get shredded.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when do you think, I know it's super developing and they're still like searching for survivors because apparently the midair collision, I don't know how high up they were when they collided. I couldn't tell.
They weren't too high up.
But I saw the fire and I saw, the plane kind of go down. Did it land on the runway or did it land in the water?
In the water.
That's not
so
good.
No. Now they have to search for survivors in the water, which the water is probably the best place for them to land. So if people can swim, they can get out. But at the same time, if every exit is jammed shut or the explosion, the pilots in the airplane are most likely deceased. And
it was a pretty big firebomb midair.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it was like being in a pressurized explosion.
Absolutely.
Right. So I know this is terrible, but I personally think just by watching the explosion, with all the oxygen and everything that plane has in it, I think everybody died in the explosion.
Yeah.
As the plane went down. And a shitty part about that is, as a pilot, I've been in a cockpit before. He probably never saw that helicopter coming.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, on the radar, okay, helicopter's probably above or below us. We're not going to run into this helicopter. We see it. We got eyes on it. Air traffic control is saying that everything's Gucci. We're just going to go. We're just going to land. Another successful flight. Not a worry in the world. This pilot's done it 1,000 times, right? 1,000,000 times. Because it's a regional, so it's under the umbrella of American Airlines. This is a regional that goes from Wichita, Kansas to DC. So it's regional.
The plane still is like American Airlines plane.
Yes. So it's just like a
little puddle jumper, man. Like those people probably just had business in Wichita.
Yeah, it's just not a sibling, like a daughter,
sister company, brother company.
Yeah, more like a son company or daughter company, where it's just below. It's a lot lower, but American Airlines keeps them running, right? Because you have a lot of these big airlines that come in and take over the market, but they keep them in business.
Right. It's like a contracted company or a subsidiary of some sort.
Yeah. Okay. And so, it's just a regional little airplane, little 60-person plane. Super unfortunate. It's been back and forth from Wichita to DC 10 times in a week, 20 times in a week. And it's just a normal everyday thing. It would be like from Boise to Seattle, just an hour little flight.
Yeah, Sacramento to San Diego, no, I get it. I mean, do you think it would be, obviously it's probably a stupid question, but it is a smaller aircraft. I had to Google the CRJ 700, but do you think it would have been more catastrophic if it was like a 737, 747?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking like bigger plane, maybe.
Something that holds 135 people. Oh, yeah. Double the size, double the oxygen amount in there. Way more catastrophic. So, I mean, it's as unfortunate as it is. It's not, I don't know, I won't say that. I was going to say it's not as much of a tragedy because this is 100% a tragedy. This is very, very sad and very early in all of it. So, I mean, we'll see.
When do you think we'll know? When do you think they'll come out and say, we're sorry, all 60 have perished, or, hey, we found 2 or 3?
3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Till I think 3 or 4
because they won't stop until everybody is found, correct?
Yep. I think it's usually a week after 7 days. If certain people, if they haven't found like 5 or 6 people, they'll just call them dead. So yeah, I don't know.
And that's waiting. 6 or 7 days of like 24-hour ops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I understand falling into, I've never seen the Potomac, nor have I been to that area. So I don't know if there's like a current or, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Could be. Wow. So we'll see in the next couple of days. I know.
Prayers up, dude. Prayers up for that.
Oh yeah. I know. They stopped all flights in and out of Reagan tonight. So the airport shut down until further notice. So we'll see. We'll see what happens soon. It's something that, it's going to change the way the airlines work. That's for sure. Stuff like this, whenever they got back in 2000, there was a Alaska Airlines flight that was leaving Puerto Vallarta and crashed in the Pacific, and like 120 something people died. And it changed the way that Alaska Airlines operated as far as safety on their planes and stuff like that. And it was just one thing that caused the plane to not have any control. And so it just took a nosedive. And so, I mean, they're as bad as this is on the other side, we're going to have better regulation when it comes to traffic in and out. More awareness on traffic in and out. So, I mean,
and it's sad that, it takes catastrophic events like this one, Malaysian Airlines, the Alaskan Airlines, obviously 9/11. It takes like catastrophic events to change the way we operate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When it's stuff that should be common sense, like, hey, don't fly a damn helicopter near a fucking airport. Hey, you see a plane that's at your same elevation right in front of you, maybe fucking move.
Right.
Because
I'm surprised they were even that close.
Small helicopter, and yeah, it's a smaller plane. Small helicopter, big ass plane. Big ass plane wins every day. No one wins though. Everyone loses. But
I mean, I understand possibly giving a ground and ceiling max, and then all right, we could fly parallel to the airport, but we will fucking not fly in the path of where they take off and land.
Yeah,
we're gonna fly this way. We're not gonna fly this way.
I see a bus. I'm not going to cross the street. Right.
The Army will probably scapegoat whoever flew that helicopter.
Yeah. Someone down the line, some PFC is going to take the blame for this. There's going to be, honestly, I could see it being something wrong with the helicopter that they weren't able to move.
Yeah.
That
you can't just jump out of that mother.
No.
Yeah.
Then you're
going down
causing
with that baby.
More issues.
Yeah.
All right, let's say you jump out and then still crashes into the plane.
You die for sure. Yeah.
Hey, at least you survived because you jumped out. But like some of that stuff, what if someone went with quality checks and services, someone on the QC line didn't check a specific thing and they weren't able to elevate more.
Yep, they're dead. Yep.
Who knows? And I could see that being the biggest thing is maybe their radar, maybe the helicopter's radar was off. Maybe they didn't see the airplane. Maybe the airplane's radar was off. Maybe air traffic controls, something malfunctioned. Somewhere down the line, something malfunctioned. In my opinion, this is all I'm not basing any of this on fact, but somewhere down the line, something malfunctioned.
I was thinking about it, and I don't know this to be fact because I've been out for a little bit, but I don't think the Marine Corps flies Blackhawks.
No, we fly UH-60s.
Yeah. So Blackhawks, in my opinion, isn't that
it's all Army,
Air Force, Coast Guard?
Yeah.
So I could definitely see this being Army, Air Force, Coast Guard. I would say Space Force, but they're a bunch of fucking nerds.
And they just fly in space.
Right.
They have Blackhawks in space yet. They might. I don't know. But yeah, no, there was some. It honestly could have been something very, very similar to what was it? With Kobe Bryant with his helicopter. Something malfunctioned. They weren't able to. Yeah, they weren't able to see the elevation, and their elevation meter was off. I don't know what the technical terms are, but you know what I'm talking about. Just some radar was malfunctioning. Something. That's my best guess and my best understanding of how airplanes and helicopters work.
Well, if you see anything of if they come out with cause, or if they come out with anything about Survivor or anything, can you send that to me?
Yeah, no, I got you. If I hear
Okay.
anything that I can talk about, then I'll send
Yeah,
it.
like if you see something on the news or
Yeah.
publicly available information. But
Yeah.
so super tragic. I know we took a hard U-turn from football, but I feel like this was more important.
Yeah.
So prayers up to everybody involved, not only for the victims in the crash, but for their family as well. This is going to be a dark time for a long time. So prayers up to
Okay.
everybody involved. I will segue back into football,
Yeah, we're
and
going to take more of a pivot back into football a little bit quicker. We're going to stop it right there and go back
right.
into football.
I will ask you. I told everybody, hey, we talked about Bills Chiefs. I'm not going to talk about that because it's just going to only make me mad. So we talked about the draft. I went in and talked about we better not get that guy with the already blown ACL because we could just trade for Tre'Davious White back and have a more experienced corner.
You could choose 1,000 corners out there that have bad ACLs. Why pick
Right.
one out of the draft?
Right. So whoever did that's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
That mock draft. And then I did want to talk about real quick before we get into the Dallas Cowboys, and you don't have to go into super detail here, but I just want to know, do you think the Eagles blow Kansas City out, or are we in store for the NFL and the refs to keep this game closer than it should be?
I think just like Bills and Chiefs, and it's going to be experience wins. I think it's going to come down to better play calling. It's going to come down to officiating being on your side.
That's fucking sad to say.
It is. No one wants to be the reason the Chiefs don't have a three-peat, right? You don't want to be that ref that the game on the line and it gives the Eagles the win, and it could have been an either way call. No one wants to be that guy. On the flip side, Barkley's too good at this point in time. But last year, Christian McCaffrey was no match for the Kansas City Chiefs. And every year we have, it's either 49ers or the Eagles, right? 49ers or Eagles, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And this team isn't anything that the Chiefs haven't seen already, whether this year, last year. I think that the Eagles are very similar to the Bills.
They have a better defense, in my opinion.
And better receivers.
Yeah, for sure. I would kill for Devonta Smith.
Oh, I know. But I think that quarterback style, experience-wise, very similar. We already saw Chiefs versus Eagles with this same Eagles team, except maybe not as good of a running back.
Yeah.
But we already saw it.
He's the X factor for sure, dude. Barkley.
Oh, yeah. He is what is going to make or break that game for them.
Yeah, and Hurts play. Yeah.
But I made a point to mention it in the Bills and Chiefs game. And I know I keep on, I'm not trying to go too far deep.
No, you're good. You're good.
But Josh Allen's gameplay is get out of the pocket. If the play's not there, get out of the pocket, gain 15 yards. Lamar Jackson, same thing. Get out of the pocket, gain 15, 20 yards, maybe a touchdown. Josh Allen's a big guy. He can take those hits. But they weren't. I felt like the Bills were playing it so safe against the Chiefs.
Yeah, we were playing like not to lose.
Yeah, all game. And not even to take the lead, just all game. Like, we just don't want to lose this game.
Against the Chiefs, bro, you got to play to win. Just like we played them in the regular season, right? Josh Allen put the team on his back and had that miraculous fucking run.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like the Eagles are going to do the same exact thing. They're going to play not to lose.
Yeah.
They're not going to play to blow them out. They're going to play to, as long as we can keep Mahomes, as long as we can keep the game close, we're good. It's not how you want to play. You want to go out there and you want to whoop their ass. That's what you want to do.
So I know how you feel about the Eagles, okay?
Yeah, fuck them.
Does that mean that you would be happy to see Kansas City win and three-peat, or are you like, no, it's bump Kansas City right now. I don't care if the Eagles win.
Over the Eagles getting a second championship, 100%. I would much rather see the Chiefs and Mahomes get a three-peat, 100%. Rather than have to listen to Eagles fans, oh yeah, we're better than you guys all next year, and for them to miss the playoffs next year, yeah,
I feel it. No,
I would.
I'm on the fence of I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care, but I would
Fucking
prefer
bold.
the Eagles to lose personally. That's my take. I would much rather see the Eagles lose than to not watch history. I mean, because it is history.
It
So,
is. No.
how many?
What they're doing in the sports world right now it has never been done. You know, I mean, they're currently writing history. The Chiefs.
Yeah, for the NFL.
They're on a monumental run.
Like what other great NFL team should have had a three-peat? Patriots, Cowboys in the 90s, Steelers in the 70s, Cowboys in the 70s.
Bills in the 90s.
Bills should have won 4 in a row, or at least one of them.
Dude. Don't start. Statistically, we should have won one, goddammit. God.
Statistically, you should 1 out of 4.
That's what I'm saying. One. I don't care.
The 49ers in the 80s. These are all teams that should have been three-peated.
I agree.
But none of them did. And these are team of the decades, team of the centuries.
Yeah.
And the Bears, they should have at least won back-to-back with their 85 defense.
Yeah.
So I mean, even I don't know, I'm trying to think of another good team. The Rams, the greatest show on turf.
Maybe the Colts with Manning.
The Colts.
Maybe the Rams with Warner.
Yeah. So I mean,
greatest show on turf. I mean, Marshall Faulk, Terry Holt.
It's a lot of teams that had the talent to. Cowboys won back-to-back. Patriots won back-to-back. Chiefs have won back-to-back. Like, this is going on the verge of the 90s Bulls of three-peating, and who's going to stop them in the next 2 or 3 years?
Honestly, I would hope to think the Bills, the Bengals, and these, I'm just going AFC. I hope the Bills get their shit together and figure it out and can beat them. But also, my sleeper team that I hope they build around this young man and they give Kansas City fits. I hope it's Denver.
Oh, I would love to see. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see Bo Nix succeed at a high level, better than the situation.
He has the skills.
Justin Herbert. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Herbert's a bum.
Bad situation.
Quarterback, but geez. God.
Bad situation. Injury prone now. Had to put the team on his back. It's just another Phillip Rivers.
People are saying Josh Allen's another Phillip Rivers, and I'm like, don't do that to him.
No, Josh Allen's another Tony Romo.
Just fucking stats alone? You think he's in Tony Romo's? Like, is Tony Romo in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Do you think Josh Allen will be if he never wins a Super Bowl? Yeah. He's broken almost every franchise record and a shitload of NFL records, dude. He's going in. If he wins the Super Bowl, he'll definitely get in.
Yes. But, okay, answer me this. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Like, in my opinion, should he be? Is he currently in the Hall of Fame?
No, but he's up to be voted into the Hall of Fame this year.
Bro, I think he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
One of them was, I mean,
both
was
of
it
them
that crazy like David Tyree helmet catch?
Yep,
I think that was the year the Patriots would have won a perfect season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves to be in just off of that.
Stop with that.
Yeah. I mean, he was nothing to write home about, but
no, but he is top 10 statistically.
Yeah, I'd put him in. Peyton's in, right?
Yeah.
And he only has
he was like top 3. He had 2. He had one with the Colts and one with Denver.
I could have sworn I was deployed when Denver was in the Super Bowl, and I want to say they were playing Seattle or the Niners.
And they got worked by Seattle.
Yeah, okay. It was Seattle. Okay, I watched
45 to 3.
Yeah. The first play of the game, it was a snap over Peyton's head.
To a safety, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think he's been to 4 Super Bowls, only won 2. Because he played the Bears in 06, 05. That's when, no, they beat the Bears. That was Devin Hester ran
yeah, he house called one, right? On
the beginning kickoff.
Yep. Yeah, I do as a
opening kickoff. Yeah. And then the Colts lost to the Saints. And was that 09/010?
That was after like Hurricane Katrina.
Well, yeah, and that was after the halftime. Saints went out and kicked an onside kick, and then
he won one with Indianapolis, though, correct?
Yeah, against the Bears.
Against the Bears, and then lost one, and
then he lost with Denver, and then won with Denver.
Who did they beat in the Super Bowl when he won with Denver?
Carolina.
Oh yeah, that was like the infamous play where like Cam Newton or somebody fumbled the ball and Cam Newton like didn't dive on it.
Yeah,
he just watched it. I like Cam Newton.
Made a business decision.
Yeah, I like Cam Newton too. I watch his podcast every now and then.
Yeah, he's funny. I like him. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that Eli Manning, I think, is a Hall of Famer, but then is Julian Edelman a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. How many Super Bowls did he win? Fucking 4? 3?
3 or 4? 3?
He deserves to be in just off of that catch against Atlanta.
Yeah.
He was beast.
Regular season statistically, he wasn't anything to write home about. But playoffs, he won when it mattered.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, if you let Edelman in, like, are we going to start talking about Cole Beasley? You know, he got kind of weird. He's like missing teeth and shit. I'm like, why are you missing teeth?
Just yeah, but I mean, you start letting in people that statistically are decent, but never won anything. I think, like,
who's up to be inducted on this round? Can you pull that up? I need to see the list because they only do a certain amount, right? This year, we'll say like,
I think it's 5.
5 guys,
mm-hmm.
But they have to be voted in, right? It should be more than 5. But like they only do it once a year, right? To be inducted in. Yeah. I think it's only once a year. Let me know when you have it. I'll put it up. I just want to see who's on the ballot for this year.
Yeah, so this is the 15 modern era players announced as finalists for Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2025. And this is the profootballhalloffame.com.
Okay. Yeah, throw it up. Throw it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit my job and be a singer.
Bro, do it. You have the voice for it.
All right, let's see.
So we got Eric Allen, Jared Allen, 100% deserves to be in.
He's in.
Willie Anderson, tackle, 1990 Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe. Jabari Evans. Antonio Gates.
He's in.
100%. Torrey Holt.
In.
Yeah. Luke Kuechly. I don't think he gets in this time.
Okay.
Eli Manning.
He'll get in.
Yeah. Steve Smith Sr. Yes.
He'll probably get in.
Terrell Suggs. Yes.
Yeah.
Fred Taylor. I don't think he does. Just based off longevity, I don't think so. Adam Vinatieri will get in.
Oh, for sure.
Reggie Wayne will get in.
Yep. Woodson's in.
And then Marshall Yanda. No.
Yanda will get in. You don't think Yanda will get in?
No.
Oh, that's so what? Scroll up a little bit. It says what times? Eric Allen. What? This is his second time being on the list.
Yep.
Damn, they did it. Jared Allen, dirty, bro. He's been on the list 5 times.
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne. What they got against my boy Reggie Wayne? Damn.
Played with Peyton Manning. I think that Peyton Manning is better because he had Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. So Reggie Wayne was good and all, but I guess not 6 times. Jesus. Fred Taylor. Torrey Holt has been up 6 times.
What's that years of eligibility?
So these are all their first ballot. It's their first time. Antonio Gates. This is the second time. Damn. It's
the 19th, huh? Eesh, Eric Allen, man, you might not get in, my boy. Time to open up a nonprofit.
Yeah. I know.
Time to open up a nonprofit called fucking NFL alumni and just fucking steal money out of it, dude.
Do what T.O. did and just make yourself a gold jacket.
Oh, we had Terrell Owens on the Bills.
We had him on the Cowboys, but he was
better on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always get players like that. I swear. We get like T.O. caliber guys on the back end of their career, you know? And I'm like, okay, cool. We signed T.O. for a 1 year, 2-3 mil. Dude's just straight up buns, and he's a liability. Dude, I remember, like, I don't know if it was a year or 2 ago, we had a player fucking retire at halftime.
Oh, I remember that. That was Vernon Davis's brother. What was Vernon Davis's brother's name? I can't remember.
Vontae Davis.
It was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Vontae. He just went into the locker room and was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? Like, you're just tired? He's like, no, I'm just going to go home.
So I'm going to go get dressed, bud.
Yeah. You want me to just leave the jersey in the locker or? Thanks for the memories, dude.
Yeah.
Played a fucking half. There's probably more deep-seated issues on that story, you know?
Yeah, selection committee may elect up to 5 modern-day era players for the class of 2025. Each must receive a maximum positive vote of 80% for election. 5 others, seniors, catalyst, category finalists, Maxi. Sterling Sharp isn't in?
Mike Holmgren will get in.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Didn't he coach the Chiefs?
No, he coached Green Bay. He coached the Seahawks when they made it to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that was Pete Carroll.
No. Against the Steelers in like 2007 when Sean Alexander was a beast still.
Oh no. Is that the year that old boy the beast on the Steelers, what was his name? Harrelson or Harrison picked up that fumble and ran it like 100 yards back. Oh, no, that was against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a couple years before that. No, this
That
was
guy's a
when
monster.
the bus still played. They played it in Detroit, and Jerome Bettis, I guess, is from Detroit, and so there's a lot of controversy around that one, where people are like, yeah, NFL is 100% rigged because of that game. But I don't know. We'll see. I think Eli Manning deserves it. Steve Smith Sr., I think, deserves it. Terrell Suggs, 100%. Fred Taylor just didn't really win anything. Adam Vinatieri would 100%. 24 seasons, bro.
He could probably still be playing if he wants to.
Yeah, look at that, 365 games. Played every day of the year.
He's from Yankton, South Dakota. Yeah, well.
I don't know, man. Where's Jared Allen? Where's his?
At the bottom, probably. It's closer to the bottom.
Darren Woodson absolutely deserves to be in.
Yeah, he'll get in.
Yonder, Jared Allen.
Shit, maybe he's not on the list.
No, he is somewhere around here. Oh, he's right here.
There he is. There he is.
12 seasons.
Idaho State, 4th rounder from Dallas.
Oh, I forgot he went to Idaho State University.
Yeah, see right there. 58 passes defended and 136 sacks, tied for the NFL career record for safety. He had 5 Pro Bowls, named first team All-Pro 4 times. Yeah, he was a beast, dude.
Bro, I went to Idaho State University and they never brought him up.
Because he didn't get into the Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, until he gets in, we're not going to do anything in his honor.
Exactly.
Got to earn it, my boy.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a little bit of the Cowboys. And then
Yeah. Let's finish it.
We'll wrap it up and not make a baby out of this one. We're going to put this out there, but we're not going to make a baby tonight.
Jump into it. If you need a sticking point here, I'll just ask you a question.
Yeah.
Real quick. Where do you see? All right, we already know, Ashton Genty in the draft, so I'm not going to talk about the draft. Where do you see? What's the way forward for the Dallas Cowboys to win their division next year and make a Super Bowl run? And you can't say trade for Josh Allen.
Besides trading for a much better quarterback, I would honestly say discipline. It comes down to discipline. But when we have Jerry Jones landing his damn helicopter on the practice field while the team is practicing, that doesn't help. He's got to separate himself from the team. That's the biggest thing. Jerry Jones needs to separate himself. I don't think Brian Schottenheimer is the answer. But if Schottenheimer is going to succeed, he needs to have some form of control of that locker room.
Right. It doesn't matter who they hire as a head coach if Jerry Jones is just going to meddle.
Exactly. It does not matter. The closest...
You need to tell him to fuck off.
Do what Jimmy Johnson did in the 90s. Hey, Jimmy, or Jerry, get the fuck out of here. This is the locker room's for team, like players only. Players and coaches only. You're not a coach. Get out of here.
We'll come to you. We'll come to you when we need a check. All right.
Exactly. The closest that we've had to a cohesive group where the coach has the locker room is Dan Quinn before he left for the Commanders. That is the closest. Those players wanted to play for him.
And look how far he took the Commanders.
Exactly. And you can see that players will die for that man because you have Bobby Wagner, which he should be retired, flew out to DC to play for him.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have these players that are like, I want to play for Dan Quinn. At the end of the day, you need to have people like Dak, CD Lamb, the big three, Dak, CD Lamb, and Micah. They need to be keeping their team in check. Micah Parsons isn't doing so much. I love Micah. I think he is one of the best players in football today. But he's a very, very me first kind of player. No one else, but he puts his heart and soul into that game. So I give him a little bit of leniency on a lot of that stuff. But at the same time, he isn't doing anything to put his team in a better position. He is playing like he's the only man out there.
Right.
He's got to let other players, do their thing. But like last year, they had one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. And I think it was around like week 3 or 4. Micah's doing podcasts every Wednesday, and Malik Hooker, safety, was like, hey, you're out here doing podcasts instead of learning how to stop the run. Big thing right there, right? Lead by example. You want everyone to play as hard as you can. Maybe you don't have to put out as much effort. It's just like school. Some people don't have to study, and they can just pass tests.
Yep.
Some of these young kids, they need to put in the work to get better. Trayvon Diggs could be the best corner in football right now, but he's not putting in the work. He had one great season.
I mean, talent will only take you so far.
It will.
Yeah.
And so they need to have those leaders on defense and offense to say, hey, we need to listen to our coach. We need to listen to the leaders of the team. Dak is a captain on the team for a reason. Act like it. When you're up in the booth instead of on the sideline with your guys in cold weather, what does that show for the team? You're not a team guy if you're up in the booth, Dak Prescott, sitting there drinking Lipton or whatever sweet leaf tea. I don't know what it's called, but
you're a wiener.
You're not.
Go
sit down on the sideline with your guys. Help Cooper Rush. Go down there, talk to him about what you saw. Get down there, talk to your guys, hype them up. Mike McCarthy was crushing watermelons to hype his team up, but at least he's trying to do something. Bill Parcells retired out of the NFL because of Jerry Jones. Hold on. And I wish Brian Schottenheimer luck. I really, really do. I don't think we're going to see much of a difference. But it all depends on the staff that he hires, because they do have to replace offensive coordinator now. I don't think Mike Zimmer is the answer for defense, so I think they need to hire another defensive coordinator. And whether that's bringing, I don't know, calling up Nick Saban, calling up someone that the players respect.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Wade Phillips, Rex Ryan, calling up some of these player first guys.
Yeah, Rex Ryan's definitely a player's coach.
Yeah, and you saw that with the Bills. You saw that with the Jets. Getting those player first coaches that are there for the players, not for the ownership. I will say, at least we didn't hire whatever Cohen guy that Jacksonville hired, the Duval. least we didn't hire that.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
I will say that we have some positivity, and the fact I saw something like I rumored that the Brian Schottenheimer hiring was not Jerry Jones' idea. I do like that. So then,
Yeah, because you don't want a puppet in there.
no, you don't want and he doesn't have any head coaching experience. Okay, cool. Whatever. It is what it is. 4 years. It is what it is. I don't think we're gonna.
Where did he come from again? Schottenheimer?
He was the coaching analyst in 2023 for the Cowboys, but he's coached for the Chiefs. Couple people.
Okay, so maybe give him a year is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like he's not going to bring the Cowboys to a Super Bowl in his first year.
Mm-mm. No, not at all.
We hope so. But shit, man, we've had Sean McDermott for 5 or 6 years, and we either can't get out of the divisional or we blow it out of our ass in the AFC. So
Yeah.
I think we keep McDermott. I
Mhm.
wish the best for Schottenheimer. I hope he turns it around. I mean, you're not coming in with a fucking scrubby roster. You got some real playmakers out there.
The Cowboys, year after year, have a top 3, top 4 talented roster in the NFL. Every year on paper.
Always
They
a
just
pretty
can't-
good defense, too.
Yeah. Studs on defense, but they can never bring the cohesion with the whole team where no one's playing for each other. Like, they're not playing for the team, they're playing for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, that is like you gotta play for the guy next to you. Let's stop not wanting to lose, and let's start wanting to win. There's a huge difference between not wanting to lose and wanting to win. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
What hurts
gotta
worse,
want
not winning or losing? And so we'll see. I don't know. We have a lot of holes to fill. Running back, linebacker, because we're just hiring a bunch of old veterans at linebacker.
Yeah.
Safety, we need some new guys on. We need a better strong safety. We have a great free safety. I mean, he might be a strong safety. Donovan Wilson is a stud, but we need some better guys that's in secondary. Defensive line, we need some help there. Defensive end, we're good with Micah, and edge rusher with Micah, and then defensive end with DeMarcus Lawrence. We're good with them. We just got to keep guys healthy. That's another big thing, is keeping
Dak healthy.
Healthy.
Probably would have made the playoffs if he finished the year. You would have squeaked in, but I mean, you would have definitely probably been a wild card, but at least you made the playoffs.
Yeah, we would have been 7th seed, 6th or 7th seed. But there's just on offensive line, there's some holes to fill there. I don't want a Barry Sanders situation with Ashton Genty. I want the best possible situation where we're taking this running back. If we're going to take a running back in the first round again, to put him in the best situation possible. And he didn't have a great line with Boise State. And if he can run behind a good line, then we'll be solid.
No, I agree. No, that was good. Well put with the Barry Sanders line. And I hope they get him, honestly. I mean, I know we looked at a mock draft today, the way too early mock, but those are only going to get closer and closer as we get closer to April. And I hope you guys get him. He's I know he hasn't played a snap in the NFL, but geez, he could be a generational talent.
Could be. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what he can do. shit. But we'll definitely. Jesus, my bad. We'll definitely see come April for the draft, and he's obviously the first running back taken off the board.
Yeah, real low pick too.
Yep. The last time,
but I just think all the teams before you, they can't afford to. They're set in that position. I don't think they can afford to skip the holes that they have on their roster just to say, all right, we got Genty, and the Cowboys didn't, but now they're like, fuck, we don't have a tackle or a guard. Yeah. Our QB sucks. Like
too many holes.
Look at Robinson. Look at Bijan. That gaggle fuck in Atlanta the whole year.
Yeah,
so they did that same thing. They signed Cousins, and then they're like, they took that quarterback.
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
And I think Penix Jr. has a bright future in the NFL, but that also puts Kirk Cousins in a position of like, oh, they're already signing my replacement in the first round.
Yeah,
that's a snap for the team.
Yeah.
What kind of confidence does that give your veteran quarterback that you just spent $135 million on?
Oh, it's just going to create awkward problems when those two have to practice together.
Yeah. And, I think that, like you said, there's too many teams. The first 11 teams have too many big holes to fill where they're not going to skip over first-round talent in those spots.
Yeah, for a running back, right?
For a running back that running backs don't have much value, and where, as much as I don't think he is a first overall pick, Travis Hunter, no one's going to skip over Travis Hunter. Shedeur Sanders is, very highly touted as well. Cam Ward, you have a lot of those players, a lot of, tackles and defensive players that, especially Michigan defensive players, that people aren't going to pass over just for a running back out of Boise State.
I agree. I like that pick for the Cowboys at 12?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but so would it insanely, and I'll just end it kind of here. Would it insanely piss you off if he's still on the board, Cowboys are up at 12, and they don't pick Genty?
No, I would. No, because it would save his career.
We did you a favor, bud.
I had this conversation the other day with my stepdad, because for the longest time I blamed Kellen Moore for Zeke's downfall. I blamed Kellen Moore. But then I watched Kellen Moore be the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, and they're running Barkley like crazy. He almost broke the single season rushing record this year.
It was probably a learning curve, man. For
maybe
him back then, and
or you have an owner that can't stay out of the locker room, paying a guy $90 million and say, hey, don't mess up my investment. Then they don't run the guy.
Right.
So it could have been a little bit of both, but I don't think it would be the end of the world. I'd be okay with it if they didn't pick him. I'd prefer if they did, but
I agree. No, that's. I hope they get him, but if say they don't, let's just hope he doesn't go to another NFC East team.
Oh, no other NFC East team needs a running back. Maybe the Giants do, but they'll pick up Shedeur over anyone else. So,
right, because they're picking in the top 3.
Yeah.
But well, hey, it was good talking. We'll
Yep. Sounds good, man. I'll let's do another live here Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I think I can make that happen. I just have to work, but yeah, we'll make it happen. We're going into Pro Bowl weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but I'll probably tune in a little bit. But yeah, we'll get that going. And week and a half away from the Super Bowl that majority of people don't care about. I'm ready for the off season already, man.
Yeah. When
I'm ready
when can we start signing free agents? March or May? It's May, right?
I
Like
think
when
it's
all the
May.
big moves happen.
After the draft. Or no, I think it's before the draft, isn't it?
So in March. Because the draft is usually like
Usually
April 23, 24, 25.
yeah.
I don't even know where it is this year either. It was
I
in
don't
Vegas
know.
last year.
They'll have it in Boise, Idaho this year because no one gives a shit.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know, but I want to say it's March, but I could be completely
Okay.
wrong. Because OTA start in May, or I think May. So we'll see. I'm just so ready for the off season, for trades to start, free
Yep.
agency to open up, and
Yeah.
just
And we have to
get
get
it.
on shows like because we're gonna see some blockbuster moves.
Yeah.
It happens every year, like a
Yep.
trade or a guy's not going to get paid. Now he's a free agent. Okay, who picks him up, right? This is a really exciting part of the offseason. So we definitely, on any blockbuster move, we got to recap it at least once or twice a week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll keep our eye out and do some emergency pods and stuff like that for when things happen. So we'll get there. But all right. Well, I know in the next week and a half, I know I streamed yesterday, majority of the day, for games. So I've been trying to get back into that. My work schedule is going to change the day before the Super Bowl, and so I'll be streaming during the day most of the time after the 8th of February. But right now, you'll see me in the evenings. You see the little handle right there at JACKAL 1120 for Twitch. And I stream there, so check it out. I just kind of get on there and just fuck around with either. I played some NCAA yesterday for a while, and then went over to MLB The Show. So just kind of getting back into that. I got my little setup, my little studio in here set up for work and gaming. I got my TV over here. So I'm in here doing it. As soon as I get some acoustic padding on the walls, I'll be able to talk a little bit louder and be able to do a little bit more.
Amazon. I get those for my office at work, man. You just peel the thing off the back, stick it on the wall, and it's the shit they use in like music studios and stuff. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. Probably get a rug.
I'll send you the
here.
link.
Yeah, please do.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Just getting back into it. Took a little bit of a break with my new job and everything. So now that that's kind of slowing down, my daughter's getting a little bit more independent at 2 years old. So getting there. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I know you got, I see you're posting videos all the time as well. So, I'm trying to get back into that as well. So just working on it.
Yeah, dude, no worries. Part of the channel, brother. So anytime you're available, you want to go, let's do it. So
awesome.
Check them out on Twitch, JACKAL 1120. You're about to head out of here, right?
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. It's damn near 10. I know we said 45 minutes, but
easy. Yeah, easy.
Oh, almost 2 hours later, we're done. But have a good night. Appreciate everyone watching. I think it was Josh was in here commenting.
Yeah.
Appreciate the love, and we'll keep it going.
All right, man. You have a good night. I'll be in touch with you.
Yes, sir. I sent you my number, so.
Yep, I got it.
All right. Perfect. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. All right, as you already know, that was my boy the JACKAL. We went a little longer tonight, but as you already know, we recapped a lot of stuff. We talked draft. We talked Bills, Chiefs. We talked Chiefs, Eagles. Who cares? We talked about Dallas Cowboys a little bit, Buffalo Bills. Talked about the people that are going to be inducted, hopefully, into the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame. And then we took a little time segment out to talk about the devastating news that's been all over the news, I think at 6:00 p.m. Pacific time with the helicopter crashed into an American Airlines plane. So more to develop on that. Super travesty. Pray for everyone involved. But as my buddy Tony, the Jackal, was alluding to, we're going to be doing more pods, especially as the football season, inches towards more of the off season, and we start seeing more of those blockbuster trades, and we start seeing things move around. It's a really exciting time in the NFL. So we're going to be coming out with more content. Stay tuned. But we appreciate everybody that's been watching our videos, liking, commenting. Also to everybody that subscribed. Shout out to Tom Grossi for hitting me with the raid on my live stream during the Bills game. Super appreciate you. But again, if anybody out there wants to be on the pod with me and Jackal here, hit me up. You can find me on Facebook at Cali Bills Talk. We'd love to have you in, talk some shit. But until next time, everybody, it's Prime, it's Jackal, it's Cali Bills Talk, and we'll catch you on the other side.